I think I'm gonna get started. We finished this keyword return thing, which I kind of understand. I actually, Calvin, um, Calvin showed me some spots in his own code where he uses return and where he uses these kinds of functions, and that helped me understand a little bit better, just seeing them in like the big picture kind of way. All right. Let's go to the next lesson. I guess I'm going to start.
Good luck, Alex.
Thanks, Calvin. Good luck with your Legend of Dungeon stuff.
Thanks.
I'll try not to be too obnoxious over here.
I know that's impossible.
Exactly like Aeon. It's exactly like that. I want all of my foundation to be very sturdy so that I don't have to break myself to try to figure out how it all works later on. Define quarter here. All right, let's see, what am I supposed to do? All right, this is where the episode starts. Arm waving. Yeah, thumbs up. Good luck, guys. All right, I'll stop being obnoxious now. No, I probably won't. You're right, Calvin.
Oh.
All right. Functions, return, and if else. All right, so we're kind of putting everything together that I know so far. When we call a function, its return value is just the result from running the function. That value can then be used just like any other value in JavaScript. Look at the if statement starting on line 7. The if statement is checking whether the result of calling the function named quarter is divisible by 3. Define a function called quarter, which has a parameter called number. All right, define a function called quarter. Okay, so var quarter equals function. Something happens in here, and then there's going to be some curly brackets there and there to hold whatever that is. And it will have a parameter called number. Oh, wait. No, not there. Here. This is the parameter spot. And this should be lowercase. All right. Okay. Hello, Epic Rampage. How's it going? How's your coding process progressing? I said process, and then I suddenly threw myself off, and I couldn't think of other words. The function returns a value equal to 1/4 of the parameter, i.e. number divided by 4. Okay, return divided by 4. Call the function inside the if statement's condition and put in a parameter value. And so that the statement is true is printed in the console. So 9. Is that right? Am I missing something? After getting so confused last time, I'm feeling very tentative about what I'm doing here. Maybe I'm there. There, and that way I'm giving it a thing to kind of do its thing with. Oh, wait, it has to be divided by 4, and then they're making me do math.
Oh my God, Alex. Programming.
I know.
Maths?
What? Math?
What?
I haven't had to do math since school, man. Or like, whenever I do the taxes and many times during the year. I usually just use a calculator though. Maybe I should just grab a calculator. Let's make something 3 times 4 equals, no, what? So I should do it. Oh yeah, if you do your lessons too far between and all of the information falls out of your brain between one session and the next. But the good news is probably you're redoing the first chunk of time should happen a lot quicker because you'll already kind of be familiar with what's up. So let's see if this worked. Yeah, awesome. Smooth sailing so far. Haven't embarrassed myself too badly during this stream just yet. All right. Okay. So I get the return function. That basically is sending things back to the if statement that's calling it. Because I could just be using this variable function piece here simply to take a number and like, or a value. It doesn't have to be a number. But it could just store it. It doesn't have to send it back. So the return is just asking it to send it back. And so it goes in a kind of like a single loop. Okay. All right. I'm happy with that so far. All right, let's see what's next. 9 of 13. We're getting there. Calvin peeked ahead a little bit for me, and he says that we get to make a thing that uses lots of functions shortly. What do I get to make, Calvin?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that won't involve Justin Bieber. Whew. Seriously, if they use Justin Bieber anymore in these lessons, I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably have a mental breakdown. Functions with 2 parameters. All right. So far, we've only looked at functions with 1 parameter. But often, it is useful to write functions with more than one. For example, we can have the following function. Variable area box equals function length, comma, width. Return length times width. Okay. With more than one parameter, we can create more useful functions. To call a function with more than one parameter, just enter a value for each parameter in the parentheses. For example, area box 3, 9 would return the area of a box with the length of 3 and a width of 9. Okay. Oh. I guess rock, paper, scissors is a kind of a common example. That's interesting. Oh, welcome everybody to the stream, by the way. I see there's 35 people here. Thank you for coming and watching. If you know anybody who wants to learn to code, drag them in here because I'm learning and they can see that it's totally normal to be confused by everything. Let's see. More than one parameter, create more useful functions, body bloop. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So what am I supposed to do? Write your function starting on line 3. Write a function called perimeter box that returns the perimeter of a rectangle. All right. Perimeter, oops, not space, capital B, perimeter box. Okay. So this is going to be a variable. Our perimeter box equals function. The parameters. It should have two parameters. One formula for parameter is length plus width plus width. Oh, right, because it's a rectangle. Of course, it's going to have two lengths and two widths. 'Cause there's two. I got this. Hi, Calvin. I'm programming.
Ooh.
I know.
Looks fancy. Looks like you're doing fancy stuff.
Let me go. I'm hacking. No. I'm going to erase all of that now. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, really?
There's like a, oh, what's it called?
It's called like
Why is it
Super
all
Hacker or
caps?
something, isn't it?
Yeah.
I bet somebody else, they're going to see this stream in like 2 seconds and they'll be like, oh, it's this.
Why is it caps lock on?
Why is caps lock on? Oh, it's because I was slamming my keyboard randomly.
Hacker typer, that's it.
Hacker typer. Yeah, there we go. Look at me code, guys. Wait, they can see that it's you. Look at me. I got this.
You take over.
Yeah, we just found it, like Aeon. All right. I want to be able to code just like that. All right, no more of that. None of this silly stuff. Oh yeah! Look at me learning. Right. Oh my gosh, if somebody's just starting to learn and they're like that, I must be an idiot. Oh. Yeah, no. That is not.
That's exactly how it works. Once you get
From everything everybody has been saying, yeah, pro skills. Yeah, I know, Madma. I'm super pro. Okay, Nago. It's teaching JavaScript. What language are you learning right now in your online course? All right, let me see. Okay, so I want length and width. Give it some brackets because this is the thing, this is where I want it to do the things. And then I say return to me length plus length plus width plus. Okay, that's not a plus sign. Good job, fingers. You got this. Plus width. Yeah, basically, what Calvin is telling me, he's the programmer for our game company generally. He's the lead programming dude. He knows all the things. He's self-taught actually. But he says that if I focus on JavaScript and just kind of keep in mind a little bit what's going on with C# instead, but if I focus on JavaScript, I should actually get how programming works and be able to pick up other languages really easily. That's really it.
This is not learning syntax, it's learning concept.
Right. Learning the concept. The syntax can come later.
Yeah, syntax is
You're eating a sandwich.
what I do.
Didn't I just make dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Did I cook? I don't
No.
even remember what I made. Oh. Okay, whatever.
I don't know, sorry.
It's fine.
I'm still hungry.
Whatever. You didn't make me a sandwich.
You don't want some.
No, I don't. It smells really gross, actually.
Go away.
Isn't that weird? Does anybody else experience that where you're eating something and the other person is totally like doesn't like the smell of it, but it's fine with you, and then later on somebody's eating the same thing and it's bothering you even though it wasn't bothering you when you were eating it. Noses are weird. Okay, let's see, where am I at here?
I've been coding since I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, Calvin learned how to code on a C64, right? Yeah, he learned how to code, and but he's been like doing it full time for like video game stuff for the last 8 years. That's how long we've been making games. All right, so now I need to call it. Let's see if I can remember how to do that. To do that, I need to call perimeter box. And give it values. The first value is going to be length, and the second value is going to be width. So it's 5 long, 10 wide. That should do it. And then I need the console log. It doesn't tell me to put in a console log to print it out, actually.
Might not need it.
Let me see if it just wants me to do this. Oh, I forgot. Oh, oops. Ha. I forgot this. That's for sure.
Try again.
Think maybe that was it. Just that one. What did I do? Hold on. Fair perimeter box equals function length with width. Turn length, width, and width.
Aren't you supposed to multiply them? What are you doing?
It told me to add them together.
One formula for perimeters. Oh, I see. Perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah.
Call function.
I'm missing something here. Oh, I'm missing a capital B.
Yep, that'll do it.
Can you check on what our cat is doing?
Right.
He's being a very special kitty. We need to attach like a GoPro to him.
What? I know, you're insane.
I returned 30, but it's asking me if I've defined a perimeter box function.
What?
All right, so the code is working.
Didn't hear.
But yeah,
didn't
it
like
went.
it.
It's here. Did you define a perimeter box function? Isn't that what this is that I defined?
You spelled it wrong. It wants you to put an E instead of an I there. In both spots.
Oh, I spelled perimeter wrong. Ha!
It's detecting.
It's because of how the tutorial itself is designed. It only passes you if you actually do exactly what it says, which is one of the reasons I was having so much trouble with Justin Bieber. Which I think is definitely the most amusing video that I've had happen so far, just due to the emotional stress that I was under having to type things about Justin Bieber in order to pass the stupid lessons.
We made up for it with the bouncing ball thing.
Yeah, that's true. The bouncing ball thing was awesome. All right. Oh, right, you're 37? That's not so old. Calvin's like, are you turning 37 or 36? Calvin's old. He's old too.
Doesn't matter anymore.
All right.
Old.
Global versus local variables. Oh, there's 44 people here. You guys are awesome. Thank you for stopping by and coming in. Please help me spread the word about this. I'm too busy making games to really spread the word about it. And I really feel like it's important that people see that it's an approachable thing that anybody can learn. And it's part of a big reason why I'm actually doing the streaming stuff.
The world would be a better place if everyone knew how to program.
The world would definitely be a little more logical if everyone knew how to program, perhaps. Jonathan, he's so sweet. I met him last year at PAX East, or PAX Prime. We talked for a little while. He's a really, really nice gentleman. It's very, I'm very, I don't know, it's kind of amazing that he's, in his busy schedule, he's helping me promote this by spreading the word. This is the second time that he's tweeted. It's wonderful. He's awesome. Everybody should tell him he's awesome. Let's talk about an important concept, scope. Scope can be global or local. Scope. Okay. Variables defined outside a function are accessible anywhere once they have been declared. They are called global variables, and their scope is global. For example, variable global var equals hello. Var foo equals function console log global var. Okay. Variable global var can be accessed anywhere, even inside the function foo. Variables defined inside a function are local variables. They cannot be accessed outside of the function. Let's see. Variables. I'm not quite sure I understand all of this terminology that they're using. This sounds like public in C#, which you showed me a little bit about, Calvin. Is global similar to public? What happened?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, not public. It's about where you put things.
Why is it putting global there then?
It's just calling the name of that variable. It's just global var.
That's confusing.
That's all.
Why do they think that it makes sense to title
So-
things with the word that they're trying to explain?
Look.
All right.
Look, this up here.
Okay.
You've got
I haven't
this
even started
variable.
looking at this area.
This variable is outside. See, it has global scope.
All right. Whereas
They have
anything
not
that would be
declared
inside here would
Any
be
in there, but if they did,
it would not be global.
right? Like number. Number can't
so-
be called outside.
But this
of
is
it.
inside of that box. You can't see in that box.
Right.
This is just laying on the floor somewhere
So-
where you could see it.
So public and private stuff also helps define that. You could call into various classes and stuff, but don't worry about that yet. Only worry about like whether it's outside the box or inside the box.
Okay.
Or inside of a box. It's like even inside of an if statement, you can declare a new variable, and then you can't call that outside of that if statement.
I can declare it outside and then call it
Call it on the
inside
inside.
the if statement.
Right. It's all about the hierarchy.
Yeah, you got it. You know what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. I got it. It's just weird that they're calling them local var and global var. It's just adds to the confusion because it makes you feel like you have to tag them as that somehow.
You don't. It's just where they are. They're just trying to help you figure it out.
It's like rules in like any sort of establishment, like in a school or something like that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The
It's like
rules
variables
work inside of the school,
be
but they
in
don't
scope.
work outside of the school. But if there's a rule that works in the area where
No,
the
it's like a
school
variable.
is, it still works within the school.
It's like a variable, and it's either has scope within your
Okay,
code or
it's
not.
like a variable. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I've started to think about programming like it's a city,
No.
and maybe I shouldn't be doing that quite so much.
Think about programming like it's programming. That's the best.
Check the code in the editor. Until now, he's been using the var keyword without really understanding why. Yep, this is very true. The var keyword creates a new variable in the current scope.
I
This
already
means
taught you most of it.
var is used outside of. I know, but I'm going to read it and make sure I understand
I'm
it.
just saying, like, I'm just letting you know that you know this.
Okay, I do know this stuff. All right. Hello, Svartkunst. Oh, and Hack, you're both here. Seem to show up almost the exact same time each stream. Thanks for coming by. Let's see. This means the var is used outside a function. The variable has a global scope. If variable is used inside the function, the variable has a local scope. All right, that's exactly what we just covered. On line 4, we have not used the var keyword. So when we log MindSoul outside of the function, it will be 14. All right, so what are they talking about here? On line 4, we have not used the var keyword. So when we log, oh, right, because it's calling this here. Okay, yeah, of course, yes. Okay. Instructions. Change line 4 to use the var keyword. Notice that the value of my number in the function is now 14. And outside the function, it's 7. Use my number without the var keyword refers to the global variable that has already been declared outside the function in line 1. However, if you use the var keyword inside a function, it declares a new variable that only exists within the function. So you can have two variables called my number.
Yep.
So, but if you don't declare one, it'll look for another variable with that name unless you declare it. Okay, no, that makes sense. Okay. All right. So, they just want me to literally go var like this and hit save and submit. Yeah, that was, yeah, okay. All right, nope, that makes a lot of sense. This is outside the function.
Error one time and then be okay the next time.
Wait, why is this times 2 here? Oh, because var times 2 is right here, of course, and we have to call that in order to make this one print out at all. Whoa, highlights, there we go. Okay. All right. Nagol, what are you talking about? Feel free to ask questions. There are people in chat who can probably answer your questions better than I can. But we also both might learn something together. So, what you don't understand the practical use for which part? I'm going to go to the next lesson. We can always pop back here if that helps anything. Okay, we're on to the recap portion. All right, let's review. You have learned a lot about functions. You better not forget it all. First discovered how to use functions to perform the same piece of logic repeatedly without having to type the same code again to save time. Write a function called nameString. So that's happening outside of the declaring the function. Okay, so that is what it wants me to write. It should take name as a parameter. Okay, and here it's going to be welcome to my stream, Shadow. Thanks for coming in and joining the conversations. Name string should take name as a parameter. The function returns a string equal to hi, I am blank plus name. Interesting that it adds a space here instead of just putting a space after I am. I think they're mainly just using that to show that you can do plus to add multiple things into a string. All right, so what should I put in for the name, guys? Tell me what I should say that I am while I figure out the rest of the stuff that I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff, a lot of the things that you're learning and that they're talking about in chat
Yeah?
is more about, they don't make sense on the level of programming you're doing. This kind of stuff, it's like, why even bother with that? Why would you need such and such? You don't for that. It's about when you're doing something big, like Legend of Dungeon over here, and you need to make sure that you really don't break it, even when you don't remember what a whole thing did.
You're protecting the code from yourself.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Or from other people, because you can do projects with multiple people.
Yeah.
And so if they don't understand what's happening and they type a thing and they don't realize that it affects a bunch of other things, explosions happen.
Ridiculous amount of times. The human brain is only so powerful, but we've designed code so that it can do things bigger than what we can remember, which is pretty awesome. That's why it's so powerful. That's what coding means. Plus, can make video games.
Is that all it wants me to do? Oh, welcome to the channel, Painted Dog. And also, Valiant Cheese, thank you for the really, that's a very logical thing that you said, and I also really like your name and just wanted to say Valiant Cheese. Alright, save and submit. What's it say? Oh, I did a bad thing. I keep doing this. Don't forget those, your semicolons. You need them. You need them everywhere. Put them all over the place. Wait. Doesn't say that I have to put the name Susie in, does it? Wait, try this. Hi, I am a human. Ignore my robotic voice. It's doing the thing. What did I do wrong? Did I type this wrong? Oh, I didn't capitalize my H. Brrr. Nagol, the way that I understand it is these semicolons are there so the computer understands that there's a place to stop.
Yeah,
It doesn't know that there's new lines. Like me hitting enter here, that means nothing to it. So that's organization for the computer itself to read.
You can actually put it all on one line and just go all the way straight across.
Painted Dog is the girl that proposed to her boyfriend at our panel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That was awesome. I have your picture on my phone somewhere. I meant to tweet it. I haven't yet. That was quite an interesting ending to our panel. Congratulations again, by the way. All right, so this should work now. I have a variable set as name string equals function name, return hi, I am blank plus name. Name is a human, ignore my robotic voice. Oh, it does want me to print to the console. Okay. Sometimes it lets me do things and then it doesn't care about other things and then, oh. Okay. Log. That should do it. Yeah. Bam. Wait. Except it just said function. It said way to go, but the return that it sent was just function. I didn't do something right, and it didn't notice.
You didn't do something right at all.
Yeah.
Dude.
I totally left something out. Hold on. Let me see where can I try first? Give me a second. Let me see if I figure this out.
Sorry.
No. I know you want to help. I appreciate it. I want you here to be like, no, you're wrong.
Good.
All right. Okay. Variable name string equals function name. Name is here. I didn't actually set name this. This should be something like that.
Nope, that was right.
That was right?
Yep.
No, you're right. This was right. But I'm still not doing something right.
So
So should
So-
console...
name string returns what's inside of that little parentheses, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you returning it to?
Shouldn't it be returning here?
No, but it outputs. What are you outputting it to?
The console log here.
No.
Name string.
No, you're calling it again.
What? Okay, name string
Yeah.
is a function.
Yes.
Name
Uh-huh.
gets inserted here,
Uh-huh.
and I need to set that to this, which is what
You're
I'm not
setting
doing.
name to that. Yes.
Right, which is what I'm not doing.
No, you're doing that. This.
What?
This is being set to
Oh,
name.
right, that's being set to name via
Name is
this
code here.
line of code right here.
This is calling that function, right?
Saying, look here, this is here.
And then you get
Please
down
return
and you
to
do
me.
console log, and what does this do?
This calls this.
No. This calls that function again. But you're not passing any values to it. So you're
it should
outputting a
actually
function,
be
which
saying-
is function.
Right. So, but what I want it to do is...
So again, name string,
Mhm,
function, returns what's in here.
mhm.
Where are you returning it to?
This place where I started it at, which is right here,
And where does that assigning it to?
itself.
No.
What?
It doesn't assign it to itself. The output of a function, the return,
Right. Goes back to where it came from, which is here.
yes, and then you do nothing with it.
So this whole thing should be in here.
That will work.
Would that work?
Yeah.
Okay. I can do double parentheses and it won't yell at me.
Yeah, of course. You know, that's things. Get rid of that one. You could alternatively put this to a variable and then put a variable in here. That would be redundant. Try again. I don't know. I guess you could go to the
See,
next lesson.
no, it's not right though. Hold on.
Yeah, good.
Let's see if this is better. Yeah. Hi, I am a human. Ignore my robotic voice. Okay. Okay. All right. I can't believe I passed that, and then
Yeah, that's really stupid.
I did a broken thing. And I didn't know that I could be that retarded. Maybe that's the problem. Nicole, that is exactly why I'm doing this. People think that it's intimidatingly complex, and it starts really simple. It's not that hard. It just takes getting used to it and understanding how it works. And then the learning part isn't the trouble, it's the figuring out how to use it properly and efficiently that is. It's like being an engineer. You learn the proper ways that certain materials work or something, and then you try to do really hard things with it.
Doing your analogy totally
Cake! Hey,
useless.
cake and Justin Bieber. I can do whatever I want. That's what JavaScript Code Academy stuff has taught me. I can draw crazy analogies. All right, so this is good. Next lesson. Introduction to functions in JavaScript. This is 12 of 13. So we're getting there. All right. Functions and if/else. An especially useful application of reusable code is if/else statements. These can be very wordy and a pain to type repeatedly. We're going to write a function that checks how many hours of sleep a night you're getting. Haha. Inside the function will be an if/else statement. We want the function to check many different numbers of hours to see whether a person is getting enough sleep. Don't forget to call your function. Yes, I'm learning. I'm getting there. All right. Well, spread the word, Nuggle. Anybody, any of your friends, anyone you think who might be interested, let them know about this. Encourage them to do it too. People can code right along with me. I have a blog that I am here. Here, I'll post the link to my blog where I am summarizing all of the things that I am doing and explaining to myself as well as to anybody else what I'm learning and how it's going and stuff like that. So you can start at the very beginning if you want to. I've got every single hour of this recorded and put to YouTube, and I post it on the blog. So there's that. All right. Write a function named sleep check. Var sleep check equals function parentheses this, something like that. Make sure things has a variable, a parameter. I'm still not quite sure what parameter means versus all these other things that I'm kind of learning. I'm getting there. Hours. Inside the function, write an if statement where if the numbers of hours of sleep is greater than or equal to 8, the computer will return you're getting plenty of sleep, maybe even too much. Okay. So, if, that's how you start an if statement. Parentheses. Oh, interesting. Okay, so these are kind of already like a nested function thing. Num hours is greater than or equal to number of hours is greater than or equal to 8. 8. More brackets. Return, and then this text, which I'm just going to copy out because I can. And learning how to type is not part of what I need to do. You're getting sleep, maybe even too much. Otherwise, which is the, oops. Else, here, to keep things clean, I should do that. There's an else statement here. If the number of hours of sleep is less than, I'll have the computer return get some more shut-eye. With those quotation marks. You need those there in order for it to read properly. Arguments, variables, values. Quickly is normal variables in some function. Okay, cool. Thanks. Only have scope within the function. Okay, I got you. I see. Okay. Then call the function with different hours of sleep.
Terrible picture. Hold on, I'll fix that later.
What are you doing?
I added a little quick Adventure Time with Nick's image panel to the stream.
Oh, to the page?
Yeah. I don't think you'll see it.
No, I have to refresh the page so that I don't want to lose my chat.
But yeah.
That's cool. So it's a link to the blog?
Yeah.
So now I can just say, hey, it's down at the bottom of the page under the video. Cool. Thank you, Calvin. That's awesome. We also, it says here we made Legend of Dungeon, but it doesn't say anything about our new game.
Yeah.
We should have like a little Upsilon Circuit banner, too. No? Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's fair. All right.
Our future game.
Different hours. All right. Write your function below. So now I need to call it multiple times. So, hello, Explosive Weasel. Yeah, I'm learning JavaScript through Code Academy and C# using Unity and Calvin. Currently, that is the current setup. We're kind of bouncing between the two. Oh, you do? You own it? That's awesome. Thank you, Valiant Tees. I approve of your ownership of the video games that are made. I'll be actually making art once I'm done with my hour-ish of streaming programming. I'll be doing art for the next update for it. So you can give yourself the excuse that you're waiting for the next update to play. And then you'll feel better about yourself or something. All right, so call the function sleep check. So call the function different hours of sleep. Sleep check 10. Sleep check 5. Sleep check 8. That's what it wants. Oops, I didn't capitalize those. Proper capitalization is super duper important. It doesn't say what it wants me to call them to do, though. Sometimes I feel like it like walks me through certain portions of it, and then it's like, and then do this.
Figure it out yourself.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to see what it tells me I should do with this, and then I'll see if it wants me to do something I'm not doing.
Oh, this is it. That's great.
That's it, yeah?
Yeah, try that. End of input.
Oh!
Syntax.
No. Wait.
Sleep check
What did
function
I
number of
leave
hours.
out?
If number of hours, else you forgot a bracket. Keep looking, you're fine.
Oh, oops. No, that's right, because that's the end bracket for the other thing. Too many brackets. I get confused. There we go. Yep. It has to be consistent. You have to have a starting bracket and an ending bracket each time. And what's neat is, so far in C# in MonoDevelop, which I've been using, and in this, it actually shows you where the bracket is that it's connected to. I don't know if it shows up on the stream, but it actually highlights this one is here, and that goes to this one. This one here goes, oops, you put your cursor in front of it, and it finds it. And this one's here. This one here goes to this guy here. Bloody blue, like that. All right. For some reason, I was expecting this to be something more complicated. It keeps like just giving me little pieces.
Yeah, it's weird. I was trying to slowly let you learn things.
Weasel says hey to you.
I waved.
You did? Okay, good. Just making sure. I don't know if he knew that you were waving at him. You're just waving at the internet.
I do that.
Okay. Conclusion. Congratulations on finishing this functions course. Hopefully you can see how powerful functions are and how they can be used in so many contexts. With your newly acquired knowledge of functions, let's go build rock, paper, scissors. Click Save and Submit Code to get started. Save and submit code. Boom. Introduction to functions in JavaScript. Code achievement. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Yay. What did you make?
Try making my do-it-yourself root beer thing.
Oh.
It's a little too powerful.
Let's see. Oh, Khan Academy has programming stuff too. Well, that's cool. I haven't checked out Khan Academy in a long time. I'm sure that they have grown and done wonderful things. I should check out what they have as well. Although I don't really think watching videos while I'm doing a video thing is a good idea. But who knows? All right, let's see. The game. Rock, paper, scissors is a classic two-player game. Each player chooses either rock, paper, or scissors. Their possible outcomes are rock destroying scissors, scissors cutting paper, and paper covering the rock. Our code will break the game into three phases. User makes a choice, computer makes a choice, and a compare function will determine who wins. All right. Start the next lesson. User choice. We start first by asking the user which option they want to pick. We will later use this choice in the compare function to determine the winner. That's all solely JavaScript. That's interesting. I don't really want to delve too deeply into JavaScript because my true desire is to learn C# because that's what Calvin and brackets are using as their main language while they're writing vidjagams. Vidjagams! And I would like to be able to... my main thing is I know how to do the art sort of stuff of things. I know how to do like the business side of game developing and the design side of game developing, but I don't really get programming, and I could be a much more efficient and useful person making video games if I knew how, and I could also make my own games about whatever I want. So there's no reason that I shouldn't. There's actually many reasons why I should. It's also cool brain puzzles. I was hurting my brain pretty constantly here, and I like it. It's a good kind. Okay. So declare variable called user choice. User choice, bloop. Make the variable equal the answer we get by asking the users, do you choose rock, paper, or scissors? No, really, Ray? The business side of things is actually surprisingly blah. I mean, like, not surprisingly bad, but like important and necessary and time consuming. I mostly do it because Calvin hates doing that stuff, and I deal more with like people and PR stuff because it's not really Calvin's thing either. So over the years, I've gotten kind of good at it, so it makes more sense for me to do it. It's kind of a natural, very natural flow that we have fallen into of who does what and who we defer to as far as what needs to happen when. Okay. Make the variable equal to the answer we get by asking, do you choose rock, paper, or scissors? Oh my gosh, I don't remember how to pop up things to ask. What's the command? Glossary. Can't remember the command. Pop-up boxes. No, not an alert. Not a confirm. Prompt. I think it's called a prompt. Yes. Okay. That's good. That's the first time I've had to click that glossary button. Okay. Have a cheery demeanor. I get grumpy sometimes, but it's super rare, and you have to do something incredibly, incredibly horrible, or I have to have like the worst day
rare.
in the universe.
Yeah. I'm making a joke.
Super. Are you making a joke,
No,
Calvin?
no, I mean, what?
Don't make me lock you in the box again.
No.
Yeah, that's right. Don't. Alright, so prompt. Now I have to make sure I actually ask the proper thing. Jump, that's the prompt, and inside of that it will JavaScript. This is particularly and specifically JavaScript that does this. It has these pop-up window commands because this is all kind of sort of webby sort of stuff, and not necessarily like something you'd put into an executable. You'd have to actually put a chunk of code into Unity to create something that would prompt. But JavaScript just naturally has it built into itself, so that I type prompt and it does that. I need to, okay. This is actually going to be sort of complex. Don't I need to create, I need this prompt to go inside of something because I'm going to be using it multiple times. What am I doing? All right. Declare a variable called user choice, which I have declared here. Make the variable equal to the answer we get by asking the user, do you choose rock, paper, or scissors? So I guess I do that? It seems wrong. That seems like it's going to break stuff because maybe that's what it wants. Let's find out. Oh, I forgot one of those things there. The semicolon. Should I throw one there too, just in case? No? What am I doing wrong? Unexpected token? I don't even know what a token is. Alright, I'm doing something wrong. Make the variable equal to the answer we get by asking the user, do you choose rock, paper, or scissors? Maybe I can't name it the function.
Okay,
I need
wait.
to name it something else.
Whoa,
It's a variable.
Wait. Whoa. 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 Declare a variable called user choice.
Boop.
Why are you putting those parentheses there and prompt?
Because it needs a tuple thing for what the user choice is. Make the variable equal to the answer we get by asking the user. So
Okay,
that
so-
will give it that value, won't it?
No.
Oh.
So prompt is a function.
That's what I was thinking, is I can't put a function. That's what I was just saying to myself. I don't think I can do that. I need to name the functions. I need to put it in a box in order to put it in there.
No, you don't need boxes. You don't need anything. This is super, super simple. They're not asking you to do anything complicated.
Oh, am I overthinking
You're
it? Is that what's happening?
way doing
I'm
crazy,
like,
crazy
oh,
things.
I need to create a thing to do this, and then
Nope.
call this, and then...
Yep, you're making user choice, and you're going to make it equal to the prompt.
So just like this.
No. Equal.
Like...
Make it, you've created a variable called user choice. It doesn't act like a function. It's not a function. It's just a variable. Make it equal. No. Make it equal. Bam. Prompt is outputting what your choice. So prompt is an invisible function inside of JavaScript.
Right.
It calls out, it sends it that data, and then it says, waits for your input, takes your input, and it returns your input back, which you make equal to user choice.
Okay, so this should work. Yeah, do you choose rock, paper, or scissors? Potato, because it doesn't matter yet. I don't know what's going on. All right. Woo! 50 exercises. Ooh, in under a week. Not bad. Sweet. I'm probably going to stop here before we get too deep into the rock, paper, scissors thing, because I think I've been streaming for something like an hour, and I need to... It's like I could keep going for like 2 more hours learning to program easily, but I need to make art, and also I want these videos to all be kind of approachable. This was kind of an anticlimactic ending. This was like derp for a large portion of that, portion of that, but this is what it wanted, which is way simpler than what I was expecting. That's one of the things that I'm going to have to... It's one of those things that I'm really going to have to watch out for, is that I overcomplicate things in my head. Probably partially because I don't fully understand the functions that everything has, so I can't be like, oh, this needs to go right here, doesn't need anything else, just bam. I'm overthinking it. All right.
I think you still have a lot to do to like understand what a variable looks like, how it's used, and what a
Yeah.
function looks like and how it's used.
Yeah, they're still they kind of blur together for me.